Hey all, Coach Crit's coming in with a quick tip and trick on buffering. Buffering is a great way to input your next option before your last action is over. Each game has their own buffer input, but to keep it within Smash, Melee has no buffer for the most part, while Ultimate has a pretty large one of around 9 frames, plus another buffer system built in. That one allows you to hold an input after an action, like a jab, air dodge, or dash, and it'll do the first actionable frame possible. These tips and tricks will teach you the fundamentals of using buffering to your advantage, so until you improve on your gameplay, you don't have to stress about timing everything perfectly right out the gate. Ever thought about how to buffer a tilt after a smash attack? To get down and dirty with buffering, you've got to understand a little bit on how to do it. Make sure to press your F smash and then hold the C stick down. You'll see your character down tilt as soon as they can. You can also buffer shield like this for a defensive option. If you want to buffer a dash after landing with an aerial, input the dash and wait for it to come out. Simple, right? There isn't much to it, but it's an incredibly important tool that'll make your gameplay much faster. My last tip on buffering a dash after a tilt. My last tip is on buffering a dash after a tilt, preferably a faster one. The goal is to get your inputs down faster while using the buffer system. You'll notice your gameplay speeding up as you get an idea on how to buffer things, but be careful not to buffer too much. With faster tilts, it can be a bit tough to buffer at first, so if you're struggling, just keep practicing. As you clean up your gameplay and inputs by using the buffering system, keep in mind not to be too heavy-handed with it. It can be just as detrimental to your gameplay as it can be to not use it at all. The main idea of buffering is to clean up those inputs, so if you get too fast with it, slow down and let yourself breathe. You don't have to play fast all the time, but the buffer system really helps enable beginner aggression, as well as beginner defense.